Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged again, your very own Man City fan channel. Wow, what a performance by City again. That is, vintage City. That's how Pep's vintage teams play. That's how Pep's Barcelona used to play at its very, very best. There were shades of those, not shades, I would say. The entire performance was like that. It was like how Pep imagines his teams playing his dreams. That's how good the performance was today. From start to the finish, from the moment the whistle went, from the moment the whistle reverberated through the cold air of the port town of Marseille to the finish. City were clinical, City were sharp, City were at it. It was as if that City wanted to prove a point. City wanted to send a message out to the European football that yes, we are back. We are not a team that would just you know go down easily. We are not a team that is on the decline. Reports of Pep not extending his contract, reports of City searching for suitors in Pochettino, Nagelsmann, all of that coming throughout the week in the build up to the match. All of this, it was a bit concerning on which City would turn up this match, because in the past we have seen that when the position of the manager is not clear at the club, teams can get distracted, however great the teams might be. There was just a danger that City might fall down into the same category and we might not see such a focused performance today. But no, we couldn't have been much more wrong than that. It was just wonderful. Right from the first whistle, like I was saying, City were just pressing very hard. City were at it. We were in the faces of Marseille players. We were just suffocating them. City started with Foden on the left, Sterling on the right, and Ferran Torres through the center. And that was the best thing which City had done. That is because, Sterling is one of his strengths is that he stretches the play. He dribbles past people when he cuts inside. When you're playing him through the middle, what I think is you're taking away all of those strengths from him, and you're just telling him be a good finisher. Run at the back of the defense, make those runs, and be a good finisher. Those are not Sterling's strengths, especially finishing. But when you're playing him on the wing, he stretches the defense, he cuts inside. Today his wizardry was at full show. He was just cutting the fullback inside out. There was a move in which Sterling ran past three players almost inside the box, but his end product was quite not there. So we had quite literally seen the best of Sterling. This again takes me back to that 2017 season. I always keep referring to that, with Leroy Sané on the left, Sterling through the right. The same thing today. Foden through the left and Sterling to the right. Gundogan and De Bruyne made those runs through the middle. The low block just shook in its foundations. The low block of Marseille, we thought that Porto played the template and were relatively successful. West Ham played the template and got some points. We'll go in with the same template. This is how you can defeat City, you can rest at City. That's what they thought with the low block template. But the moment Pep played this Sterling in the right and Foden to the left, the game was done. Marseille's game was gone. It was just wonderful. De Bruyne was making those runs. De Bruyne was finding those pockets of space, and the Marseille defense didn't know what to do. No response. Marseille had 10 players behind the ball, and still nothing. They could not stop City. The first goal, I would say, was a mistake from the Marseille keeper, the Marseille defense. But then, City pressed Marseille so hard that, the 5-second rule, which Pep famously puts, like you have to get the ball back within 5 seconds. City were getting the ball back today within 3 seconds of them losing the ball. They were just like, pouncing more ferociously than hungry lions, or hungry or a pack of hungry wolves. City were so relentless in their press, the passion, the touch, everything was back today. It seemed as if City is back to their best. We'll have to see whether City can maintain this the weekend against Sheffield United or not. But for now, we were just retaining the ball so fast, and the defense, it was so assured that there were moments in the defense. So Marseille could have scored that one goal at 1-0. It remained 1-0 until the 75th minute or so, and Marseille could have scored that one goal. They got a few half chances, decent chances, more than half chances. They got through a few set pieces. They sent the ball in through corners. There were one or two moments when Thuavin, the striker of Marseille, threatened to go on a counter attack and all of those things. But then Laporte and Diaz, mainly Laporte was there intercepting things. Thuavin was almost out on counter. Laporte was there to the ball before. Diaz, his positional sense was just excellent for all of those headers and for dealing with all of the headers and all. Laporte and Diaz didn't put in a tackle all match, did not tackle. This just tells you how good their positional sense was. We have seen in the previous match, for example, against West Ham, Eric Garcia put in tackles, so many tackles. Ruben Diaz also had to make some blocks and put in some tackles, but then Laporte was there. They were just complementing each other beautifully. When Diaz went into the midfield, brought the ball into the midfield, Laporte covered for him at the back. When Laporte brought the ball into the midfield, Diaz covered for him. It was just wonderful. Here I see the formation of a steely, a robust defensive partnership, defensive partnership that could potentially lead us to a Champions League title, the title which we really crave for. I think this is it. This is the defensive partnership. I think it's important that we keep both of these players fit. Even playing Zinchenko at left back didn't look like a risk. Marseille had pacey players, but then Laporte was always there covering. When John Stones looked really good playing alongside Diaz when he came on for the last 5-7 minutes. So Pep started with a went with a 4-3-3 with just Rodri holding and Gundogan and De Bruyne in the midfield, just one pivot, which really tells you when Pep plays with that one pivot, it really tells you that Pep is clear in his game plan, is confident. He has given the instructions for City to just be ruthless and go for the attack. Don't care about conceding goals or something like that. Don't fear anything. That's the mental state of Pep when he goes with that 4-3-3 formation with just one pivot. Rodri was there, and the defense was, I think, as strong as it can get. Maybe Zinchenko is the one position potentially could have been more stronger when a Mendy is fit or a Cancelo can play there. But Zinchenko, Laporte, Diaz, and Kyle Walker, it looked really solid. I mean, Zinchenko was important in this game because Marseille played with a low block, and he played those 1-2s beautifully with Phil Foden and De Bruyne, especially on that left hand side. I think that's why Pep really wants to have Zinchenko, especially when teams defend deep. That's why in the game against West Ham he brought in Zinchenko, because Zinchenko has this ability to put decent crosses, decent balls into the box. Especially play those intricate triangles, little passes with Foden and De Bruyne or whoever is playing at the left. That's why Pep preferred Zinchenko in this match, and it was good overall. The team selection was very good. He rotated a bit like expected, but didn't rotate too much. Basically, uh, he wanted to give minutes to players like Laporte, De Bruyne, and all, and he wanted them sharp for the Premier League matches for the rest of the season. So overall, it was a great team selection, and the way in which City retained the ball was excellent. Mars, it would not be unfair to say that Marseille didn't lay a glove on City. I mean, Ederson, what throughout the match he just had one save to make. That too, he was just bored and he put his hand in the way of a ball that was anyway going out, and he almost made a mess of it. So Ederson could very well have taken a day off and could have been sitting in the stands, and still City would not have conceded a goal. That much how clinical City were. City today portrayed, they showed Pep's philosophy in its fullest. What's Pep's philosophy? Pep says that defend from the front and attack from the back. That's what City have shown. There were no spaces between the midfield and the defense, and the midfield and the attack. We were just laying traps and just going on and just pressing as soon as we lost the ball. It was just wonderful. It was just wonderful seeing City hunting in packs. And the best thing was that, you know we we were not going for individual play. There was no one who was just going for individual play, because sometimes we see, when I mean individual play, we see Riyad Mahrez trying to do everything on his own, taking the ball, not passing. But today, nothing of that sort. Raheem Sterling also, he tried to pass, he tried to make those passes, make those moves, and all of those things. City's last goal was just exemplary. If you have the chance, you should just go back and watch it in the highlights. It was a wonderful City move. You just, you know, you just dream of it in your most beautiful, in your most beautiful dreams. Mahrez to De Bruyne passing it, and Raheem Sterling walking the ball into the net. Three players: Diaz, Mahrez, De Bruyne, Sterling. Wow, these are the moves that City is known for. It was just beautiful. After the move was done, I was like, wow, what a play this was. It was just it was just fantastic all round. And Phil Foden was my man of the match, and I think everybody's man of the match is generally Phil Foden for today's encounter, because Foden was just excellent. He was the one leading the press. He was the one playing that intricate triangles. He was making those runs into the box. This guy Phil Foden, he reminds me a bit about Frank Lampard, especially in his sense of goal, in the positions he takes up, in the runs he makes inside the box. He just times the runs beautifully. He just, you know takes on the shot from outside the box at suitable moments. He somehow has that sense of when to take on the shot, when to get into the goal, and which positions to take up inside the box. It's very rare for a midfielder to have that kind of sense, and it's just wonderful. And Phil Foden is deceptive as well. We've seen it today. He's deceptive in terms of his pace. People don't expect him to have as much pace on the ball, but today, with just a drop of the shoulder, especially in three or four moves, he showed that he just dropped the shoulder and breezed past his fullback. His fullback was very fast. He had pace, but still Phil Foden just breezed past him. So it was just wonderful. He set up the second goal for Gundogan, and he also had a part to play in the first goal. He made that run for the first goal. So it was just excellent overall, solid at the back, a clean sheet. The press was exceptional. City's players, made those runs into the box at suitable moments, were patient, really shuffled uh, Marseille's defense uh, on either side. And one thing against low block, which I've been saying, is that it's important to shift the ball from left to right and right to left. And today that was the case. Walker, De Bruyne, when the chance was there, even Foden also, they just shifted the ball really well from one side to another, and they maintained the width as well. Especially Phil Foden saw to it that the width was maintained. I mean, that's what I was saying. It is reminiscent of Leroy Sané, for example, in that 2017 season. The way in which he maintained the width, and Sterling ran inside, and winger to winger goals were the hallmark of Pep Guardiola's side then. It is the same thing that was happening in this match. So everyone would get a rating of at least an 8, nothing below that in this match. It was just excellent, fantastic performance from start to finish. This is what we want City to perform at. This is the level we want City to be at. The passion, the character that they showed, this is how we want City to play. This is how we want City to be: relentless, ruthless, and press teams. If we can play with this much intensity, this much enthusiasm, let me see which team will come and beat us to the Premier League title. Let me see which team will come and beat us to the Champions League title. We we can firmly go all the way and achieve all the trophies which we want if we can maintain this sense of focus, enthusiasm, and passion, just like we displayed today. So good was today's performance. In a long time, I'm seeing this performance. It was just fantastic. It was a great night, I would say. Wonderful Champions League match for cities. Wonderful encounter. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Please click on the like button if you have enjoyed this video. And also, as you all know, I have a blog related to Man City, this Man City fan channel, which is called as Man City Unplugged. And uh, I've also posted in relation to this match. and an article analyzing this match. uh, I would say it is a really good read. So just go and read through it. I promise you that it will be a good experience for you reading through it. I've also mentioned some intricate aspects in my post in the blog. So just have a go and have a look at the blog. and and also do click on the bell icon, so that, and the subscribe button, so that you get notifications whenever I put out a new video. And I will come out with the preview of the and match against Sheffield United, and also my reaction on Pep Guardiola's post match press conference as well. So it's been a wonderful night for City. Great night in France. I would say 3-0, excellent. Not just the scoreline, but the manner of the performance, the way in which we achieved that. So take care and have a good night. Bye.